You they mash up the place, enter the radar. Cause you are what's in me brain, the only special one for me. Now you be the only one I see. Anywhere I go, I wanna be. Girl, you feel like my fantasy.
Hey, thanks for coming to check out today's video. So I'm so excited to bring you guys a crochet hair tutorial. I feel like it's been a minute since I brought you one. So this hair is sponsored by an Amazon brand called Callia, and they did send me over their passion twist crochet hair in 12" in a color number T27, and this comes in a multi-pack that has 9 bundles in it. So this was enough for me to do my whole entire head. If your head is medium size or small, this will definitely be enough, but they did send me over 2 packs. So if you have a medium to large size head, you might need the 2 packs, because that is what I did receive, but I ended up not opening up the second pack at all. So I started off with sectioning the front of my head and the back. I put the back in a ponytail, and then I sectioned down the middle and put the left side in a the right side in a ponytail. Left side, right side, one of those sides in a ponytail. Then I separated that section in half. So this section is separated completely in half, and then I tied away the top section of that half. So now I'm working with the front 1/4 side of my head. I grabbed my Stasha Shine and Jam edge control. This is what I always use to do braids, crochets, twists, whatever. I like this because it doesn't get hard. It's still a flexible hold, but it does help you to get your parts nice and straight and to hold the hair in place. So I went ahead and cleaned up my part after I added the jam. That's a good tip. If you have a difficult time getting your parts clean, you can always add the jam and then run your rat tail comb down your part to just clean it up. So then I went ahead and split that in half again. So this section is just split in half, added my Shine and Jam edge control, and then went ahead and split this section in half and just did straight down box braids of my own hair. Now this is going to help to create the individual illusion, right? So we're not going to do a full head of individuals of passion twists because that takes way too long. So this is what I came up with to have that individual illusion look of creating these separate small boxes that you would have if you were doing individual passion twists or braids, but it just gives the illusion of that without all the work. So you just braid it down, and then you create a little small section in the center of that area, because this is what's going to help you to create a cornrow. Because what you're going to do is you're going to cornrow these box braids that you've just braided about halfway down. You're going to cornrow those together. So you want to have that third leg of the cornrow. So like the top boxes that I'm braiding now is going to be one leg of the cornrow. That little thin small section will be another leg, and then the braids at the bottom will be the third leg, if that makes sense. So you basically just want to braid it down. Like, you don't even have to braid it halfway down. You literally only need to braid it down like maybe 4 or 5 turns of the braid, and that's enough to have your boxes stay as nice clean boxes, and it'll just give that illusion that you have, you know, a full head of, you know, individual passion twists. So now you're just going to grab those 3 legs of the braid, that center section, the box at the top, the box braid at the bottom, and you're just going to create a small cornrow, as small as you can possibly make it, you know, down the center of this, and this is going to create that illusion. So you want to make sure you take the box braids, you know, in a direct straight line. Like, you don't want them in a diagonal or anything crazy like that. Like, you just want them in a straight line and just braid them going, you know, straight up into that cornrow. And make sure you're just adding them in as you go along. And that last one right there, don't add that in, because it'll just make the cornrow too bulky. So just put that straight to the back, and you can just braid that into the cornrows that you're going to do for the back of your head. Don't add those in. So yeah, that last box, just leave it there and just tuck that away in your clip. Okay, so this is what your braid should look like with all your boxes nicely intact. So now for this section, you're going to continue to add your Shine and Jam. You're going to comb that nicely all the way through. You don't want that bulky, you want that nicely detangled. And then I tried something different this time, you guys. I'm going to let you know how I think about it at the end, and things that I would do differently and change. But this one, I wanted to just do, there's another illusion technique. This is not one that I came up with. I believe Mary Kay Bella came up with this one. But you basically just take your little box braids and just braid them all together into one, and I'll show you what I mean. So you start off with just one, you know, line of hair, and then you're going to separate it into a small box, and then you're going to braid that down a little bit, and then you're going to separate the next section, and you're going to grab that braid and braid it down. So I've seen people do this a lot. I think Mary Kay was the one that came up with it, but I've seen a lot of people do it. I don't particularly like this one because I feel like the braids call too much attention to themselves. Like, you can actually see it a lot better this way. And for me, I want the illusion to really look like I don't have cornrows in my head. But this one, maybe it's because my hair is so thick. I feel like you could really see this one, but you'll see what I'm talking about once you start adding the crochets on. So tuck that part away and then do this last section the way you did the first one. So separate it in half, add your edge control, braid the boxes on the one side, separate a small thin line of hair in the middle for that leg of the braid, and then braid the top. So I'm gonna let you watch what I do, and if you guys have questions, be sure to leave them in the comments down below, but I'm gonna just let you watch this without me talking. All right, so now that the left side is done, I just wanted to show you one more time because this is the part that I get a lot of questions about. So again, you just want to leave those front two box braids out. You don't want to do those. Those will be put in the passion twist individually by themselves. So just keep those front two out, but use that middle section and the two sides of the box braids to create that cornrow. Now remember, this one is going to get thick, so just leave those last two ones out in the back so that it doesn't get too thick. And this is pretty much what it should look like. I went ahead and braided two braids going straight across the nape of my neck, and then the rest of the braids are just going down, and I just crocheted the end of the braid into my cornrow. Now you're just going to put the passion twist in. You're going to crochet them in as normal. But what I will say is that I only crocheted these in and just hooked them on one time. But I would say knot them twice because these are really slippery and slick. So that's the only thing I would do differently if I was to do it again. I would just hook them on and knot them twice instead of just once. So the back, you're just going to install the crochets as normal. The front, you're going to install 1 crochet into each box, and then you're going to install 1 crochet onto the cornrow opposite wherever you put the box braid underneath. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm trying to say it as simply as possible. So you're going to put a crochet passion twist into each box braided section. Then you're going to go back and cover up the cornrow. But you don't want to cover it up completely because it's going to make the twist too thick. It's going to make it way too thick. So you only just want to put it in wherever you can see the cornrow, which is usually opposite wherever you put the one above it, if that makes sense. I don't know why I'm so far out of the frame in this too. I'm sorry, but I will show it again with me much more into the frame. I don't know why I was so far out of the frame. But you see what I'm saying? So you just kind of want to put it on the cornrow wherever you can see it. And you can always go back and just add more, but you don't want to add too much because again, it will just make, you know, the front of your hair way too thick and unnatural looking. So just put a passion twist on every single empty box, and that will just give that nice illusion of, you know, that it's just a individual passion twist style instead of a crochet. And then you can just go back and cover up any braid that's showing and is calling too much attention to itself. Just add another passion twist onto it, and you know, it'll give it a more seamless look. But don't overfill it, you guys. Like, you don't want this to look really bulky. And my hair is very thick, so if your hair is not as thick as mine, it will come out even flatter for you. Especially when you're crocheting onto the cornrow in order to, you know, just give it that seamless look. But I really like doing it this way. This is a new way for me. Like I said, I never did the one that's just going straight to the back. But yeah, I think it looks cute, and this is definitely another way to try to install your individuals, you know, as a illusion crochet. So then the ones at the front, you're just going to crochet the passion twist into that empty box braid right there, the one that's just sitting in the front. You're just going to go ahead and crochet down and pull the crochet up, and then crochet your own hair through the loop and tighten it. And then you're going to go underneath and grab your own hair and pull it underneath, because that's going to secure it so that it's not like your own hair is not like sticking up. And so then you're going to just crochet through the actual passion twist, hook onto your own natural hair, and just pull it through the passion twist so that it's hidden inside. And that's pretty much all you do, and you know, the style is complete, and it's very, very versatile. This style has about 7 different ways you can part it, and you could wear it all up in a ponytail. You could wear it half up and half down. You can do mini space buns. You just have a lot of different parting options and styling options with this. Plus, the front of your hairline just looks really, really natural. And for me, that's a huge one. Like, I want the front of my hairline to look natural when I'm wearing crochets, and I want it to look natural when it's just down in the middle part or on a side part. And this is the, you know, the crochet braid pattern that I typically use. This one is a little bit variation to what I typically do. Let me know if you guys have ever tried this braid pattern, how it worked out for you. Share me pictures if you have tried it and like it. Make sure you share this video, save it to your favorites if you want to try this later. Give me a huge thumbs up. It really helps with this crazy YouTube algorithm. And make sure you're subscribed. YouTube is like unsubscribing people or not giving people notifications. So if you are subscribed, just make sure you still have your notifications on so you see when I post. I have some more crochet tutorials coming and a really pretty braided crochet tutorial as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. As I always say, share this video with a friend, share it with a crochet lover, share this video with your mama. Peace.
Now you be the only one I see. have a good time. Baby, I'ma make you sweat. Let's have a good time. Baby, I'ma make you sweat.
It's fake kills.
Right, we finna have a good time, you know. Them bomb like them, I watch it.